Okay, hello and welcome back to this channel. I especially invite PG and PhD students to this channel. Please subscribe because the content here is relevant for those who are interested in scientific paper publishing or writing research papers. So suppose if you submit your research paper to a journal or to a conference, it generally gets reviewed by experts in that field. So it is forwarded to the experts or reviewers. So the authors are the main stakeholders, and because they are the persons who have visualized the study, they have conceptualized the study, they have carried out the study, they have obtained the results, and they have put them in the form of a paper, and they have submitted the paper. So authors are an important stakeholder in the paper publication process, without which there is no paper at all. And we will just discuss about the role of the editor slightly later, but reviewers are the people who participate in the who carry out the peer review process. So as I said earlier, during the peer review they look for any shortcomings in the study, whether there are any flaws in the methodology used, and whether the manuscript is scientifically correct or not, and whether the conclusions are proper or not, whether results make any sense or not compared to the previous studies, and how is it going to improve the scientific literature, how is it going to contribute to the scientific literature which already exists. Okay, so all these things have to be evaluated during the peer review process. So reviewers are also an important stakeholder, and readers of the journal or the audience who is going to read the research papers published in the journals. So oftentimes it so happens that the readers are also experts in the field, and sometimes they also provide beautiful feedback on the quality of the manuscript. And editor is the first person, after the editorial team checks your paper for formatting issues, or if there are any missing diagrams or tables or any missing data is there, and they also check for plagiarism related things. So if your paper is passing all those stages, like if your paper is perfect, it is perfect in the formatting style of the journal, you have provided all references, figures and tables properly within your manuscript or along with your manuscript, and if your plagiarism is less than the stipulated limit by that particular journal, then it's passing the initial editorial team check. So once it is passing that, it goes to the editor, and editor is the first technical person who sees your paper, and he tries to gauge the scientific merit in your paper. If he is convinced that this paper is worthwhile, then only he will send it inside to the peer review. Otherwise he will directly reject the paper, like they may say it's not worth, or it's not novel, it's not whatever it's okay. So there are two checkpoints here. One checkpoint is that editorial team which looks for missing data in your submission or plagiarism in your paper. So if you fail at that point, the paper comes back to you very quickly, and otherwise if it passes that stage, it goes to the editor, and editor, if he doesn't like the scientific merit in your paper, it gets rejected. And only if you are able to convince your editor with your paper's content, only then he will forward it for the peer review process, and it will be under review, and reviewers will be assigned to your paper. So out of a pool of experts, the journal knows a different number of people in each of the fields of interest. They have a database, and as per the title of this paper, or as per the abstract of this paper, they try to pull out some of those experts who are working in this field, and try to send your paper to them for peer review, right?